Hi, in this lesson we're going to make envelope houses. Okay, and so this is a form of collage, which we've done before, but we're going to be using these envelopes that are made out of maps and interesting scrapbooking paper, and we're going to use that basic shape as to form a house. In addition, we're going to use little dribs and drabs of let me find old paper that I sent along. So we have recipes, we have a receipt for the First Baptist Church in Junction City, Kansas. We've got all sorts of old papers. Here's a little handwritten note. I've got more recipes. I've got, this is interesting, tables of measurement. We have just a hodgepodge of things that I sent over. So I'm going to set that off to the side. Then we also need construction paper, different size, different colors of construction paper, a glue stick, a marker, a pencil, a pair of scissors, and some crayons or oil pastels or different colored markers if you want. Okay, and then obviously you need a piece of square paper for your background. Okay, so I chose the dark because I want this to look like the dark blue, because I want this to look like it is in at night. Okay, and we're not going to worry about where we're going to place everything on the paper right now. I'm looking for a piece of, I think I had something that would make kind of an interesting moon back here. I've got some graph paper that I think I'll make a moon, and I'm going to use the black to make the silhouettes of trees. Okay, so I think I always like things in 3. So I think I'm going to make another house that's sort of behind these two houses, and with a little bit of overlap. So let's see what I could use that I could cut out. That would make a nice, times table. That's pretty cool. That would make a fun house. Do you remember these old Better Homes and Gardens recipe cards? I collected them. You know, I think, let me see how big I want this to be. A little bigger than that. So we'll just go through, and you all can share the papers that I sent over to you. Different travel pictures of Africa. Definitely don't want the dead elephant. Here's a piece of the praying mantis. This might be kind of interesting. It looks like this is the people are have recorded their work hours. Paul Cooper earned $1.50 an hour. William Petchin earned $3 an hour. Myron Tyree, $3 an hour. And then Ray McLean, $1.50 an hour. My first job when I was 16 years old, I earned $1.50 an hour. Very disappointing. But anyway, okay. So we're going to use that as a third house that's kind of behind. Okay. And I think what I'll do is make a roof. Using this graph paper. So you can use your imagination to make your houses. You can just stick with the envelopes if you would like. It really is up to you. We're just having fun with this. I made a very bad peak right there. So since this house is going to be behind the other two, obviously this will be the one that I glue down first. So we're going to get out our glue stick. And it's not a good idea to be gluing on your background because you'll get glue on it in places where you don't want it to be. Kind of like these little holes on the top of this. So obviously nobody's creation today is going to be the same. We're just building our scene. And then I'm going to put the top on. My pencil marks I'm putting on the glue side so that they aren't so noticeable. There we go. Okay, now with your envelopes, you can have it this way with the fold coming towards you, or you can have it the other way with the fold going away from you. I think with these particular designs, I'll have the fold going away from me. But again, it depends on what ideas you have for your house. Now we don't want them just straight across because that doesn't give much visual appeal. It doesn't give us a sense of depth. And then I've got this one up just a little bit. And you want to try to make sure that they're straight on your paper. Okay. So, one of the things I like about this one is that I'm going to move these out of the way, is that red stamp right there is kind of where a door would be. And so I'm going to make a door to my house right over that. And then I've got these address lines that I could make into windows, right? And then I can make another window here. Now, if you want, you can take a piece of construction paper, cut out the window that you want, and glue it right on there. And you can take your, whoops, you can take your crayons and make drapes if you want in the window. I'm just going to keep these simple geometric shapes. We probably want to do something on the roof line. So I can take brown and make the roof line follow that. And this is kind of cool. It's just a little off center, but I think we could probably make that into a round window. I think I want to go back with my brown. This is not really, you know, planned out. We're just playing with paper and other media. Okay, and then I'm going to find a brown piece of paper. I'm going to make a little chimney. Well, I did too good of a job. So what I'll do is I'll cut this so it goes with the roof line. Like that, so it's a diagonal. And I'm going to... Now, if you want, you could use a white pastel and have smoke coming out. And then I'm going to make some lines to make it look like brick. Sure. Oh, well, I do have a white, so let's see what we can make this look like. There we go. Okay, so let's start on our second one, and I'm just going to use these lines. Again, you can work with whatever design you selected, but I'm going to use these lines for the roof. I'm going to do a nice door. And some nice windows. We'll make what a picture window here on one side. And like I said, we have these interesting circles here from my paper. So I think I'm going to color those. I'm going to give this a different colored door with my crayons. Like I said, you can use markers or pastels, whichever you want. There you go. And then I'm going to make the windows kind of gray, just to, I don't want to cover up all of the writing behind, but just to make them stand out just a little bit. And I'm going to cut out another chimney. But I'm going to put it on this side just to kind of balance everything out. And if you see little edges sticking up, you want to put a little more glue on that. There we go. Sorry, my hand, I think I got into something that's irritating my skin. My hand is itching like crazy. Okay, so let's do our final house, and let's see if there's anything that looks kind of cool in terms of windows. We've got this up here, which I think is nice. So I'm going to put a circle around that. We've got a couple of lines here that we can use for a door. I'm going to make this have double doors. There we go. And we'll make this one kind of cool purple door. Now we still have these little lines here, so I think it might be kind of cool to make windows using those lines. Notice we're not using rulers. We don't care if things are not particularly straight. It's all good. Obviously, if we start with envelopes, they're not going to look like real houses. Color that a little bit. Doing this, just make sure you don't slip off the edge of the paper onto the house before you. Excuse me, behind you. Okay, and I think I'll use these grid lines for 2 more windows. Do our last chimney. Okay, so I said that it was going to be nighttime, so I'm going to find some white paper. And I think I had a piece here. Yeah, it's a little yellowed, so it's not just a straight white paper. And I'm going to take my, thought I had a pencil here. Yes, there it is. I'm going to put a moon right up here, and I'm trying to decide if I want it to be I think I do want it to be a crescent moon. The rest of this I will put back in my file to use for a different project. Again, I'm going to put my pencil side towards the glue. Put that up there. Okay, so now I'm going to work on some trees, and I'm going to do the trees as silhouettes. I'm going to put one back here. And then I might put some bushes here. So I'm going to just like make little scallops all the way across. Cut that out. You can do whatever, and if you're using the lighter blue background, then you can make regular looking trees of green and brown and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I want to put this like right across the bottom. And then I'm going to put a little bit right there. Just the edge. My dogs say hello. It's okay, Boodle. Okay, so I made them a little too long, so I'm going to measure where I want to cut that off. Newspaper there. I'll put some. There we go. And then I want to put a tree back here. So you can make this scene as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. I kept it pretty simple. And you can just use your imagination with some basic materials. And no ones will look quite the same, even though we started off with maybe some of the same materials. Okay, hope you enjoy that. I see I have a little, I'll have to cut that off and make that look nicer. Thank you.